Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All other shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? Do we keep fighting each other? This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality! I'm done!
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down with the sound and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack for you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone, but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go on around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex. All those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All other shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? Do we keep fighting each other? This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality! I'm done!
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down with the sound and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack for you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone, but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go on around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex. All those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All other shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? Do we keep fighting each other? This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality!
Hey YouTube, fuck you. My viewers, I'm sorry for showing that frustration, but look at my last live feed and see what happened. I did not do that. I did not control that. They're still fucking with me. This is ridiculous, man. It has nothing to do with that last video, what I'm gonna speak of now, but look at my prior videos and my other channels I have. I speak too much truth, and they don't want that shit. And they keep blocking me, man. So it seems like everything's okay now. This is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I know your game, YouTube, and other negative elite. But you guys already lost. That's why you guys are doing this. So that we won't inspire anymore. But guess what? We're gonna wake up many more light warriors. Fucking pieces of shit. Go ahead and delete my channel. I don't give a fuck. I have everything recorded. You guys lost out on a lot of great viewers. Since 2010, you guys stopped me from putting videos, even though I have about 1,500 videos on there, and you guys took away so many of them. I can care less if you delete my channel now. I have other ways, and you guys are not gonna take my money. You hear me? Fucking pieces of shit. So, aside from that, you guys are warriors, you guys are adults, right? Meaning my viewers. So hopefully you guys can see past that. Hopefully you guys can understand. Look at my record. I didn't do anything for nearly 6 years, but yet look at what I have. I was able to build up that much without doing anything for 6 years, because these assholes kicked me out in the sense that they tried to censor me and many other things, take my money, all kinds of things. So I said, fuck the money. And then I tried to post most things, they still censored me. So I said, fuck trying to bring viewers to your fucked up system, so I stopped. I'm trying to come back now, and it's even worse now. This is ridiculous. What is going on, man? Well, viewers, if you guys watching it or get to watch this, I'm sorry. I don't even know if you guys be able to watch this transmission. If you see my other live feed, you'll see how much they mess with me. They even paused the damn video, so I wasted an hour of your guys' time. Well, you guys didn't watch it because it was just a plain screen for nearly an hour, even though on my end, it showed that everything was perfect. Then when I went back to check my live feed about 3-4 days ago, it was frozen. No information came out. I speak too much truth and I'm being censored. So whenever you do get to watch me, hopefully you get something out of it. I can care less if you subscribe to me. I can care less if you give me a like. Especially if you don't like what I have, at least give me not an explanation, but just what is it that you didn't like. And hopefully next time you come to my video, to my channel, maybe that will be fixed. I truly do care about not poisoning consciousnesses. This is why I'm always being censored, because I don't poison consciousnesses. This is ridiculous, man. So I'm just gonna continue with my flow. I'm sorry if you guys don't get to watch it. Oh well. Check one. Seems like everything's working. The mic is there. All the music is off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and restart again. If you guys are watching this one, I tried to restart it again, a whole new different live feed, and then they put me on this one now, so that you could watch the first part, fucking watch that, and then be like, what is this? This is bullshit. Just that one screen, and then you'll leave, and then when you get to this part, you didn't even get to watch, because you watch the first part. That's all nothing. It's just a stupid, silly screen that I didn't put on there. So it seems like everything's going well right now. So just like I promised you, I'm gonna get restarted, do a whole nother bow staff free flow. So hopefully you guys can see it this time, even though most of you won't get to this point because they left over 15-20 minutes of nothing but that silly screen while I was free flowing. And then I noticed and I was like, what is that screen on the actual live feed? On my screen with that program that I use, everything was perfect. And it has nothing to do with this program. It's YouTube censoring people. This is BS, man. But watch what I do with this energy, with this frustration that I just showed. I'm showing you transparency. I could have easily be quiet and not show like be a perfect Zen master. Fuck that. And would have been quiet, not show you my frustration. But I want to show you I'm a normal human being just like you. I get frustrated as well, especially when they're censoring me. So I'm gonna start all over. Watch what I do. I'm not trying to say brag or anything, but I'm just saying how I'm gonna transmute this situation right now. Use this frustration and anger and make it a positive. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'm gonna flow. You'll see. Always train as you will fight. Always train with your mouthpiece in, because even if it's a street fight, you don't have this, you'll have much more cardio with this, training with this on. If you're gonna fight in a ring, well, guess what? You will fight as you train. And look at all professionals and all that. See how many truly train with this on. So if you train with this on, I guarantee you, you'll have a better chance against those professionals, your idols and things like that, if you ever get to fight one of them. And you might even beat them because you train with this on, they don't. So you will fight as you train. If you get used to fighting with this, guess what? You're not gonna gas out as quickly. And if your idols would train with this on, they would be 10 times better. Imagine that. But oh well, they take the easy route out. I don't. Here we go. By the way, it is 1:40 a.m. my time. I've been trying to do this for almost an hour now, and they keep messing with me. So, like I said, I promise you I'm going to transmute this moment. Even though I'm exhausted out of my mind. One love. take a short break. I'll give you a tip on how to use this more effectively for protection wise. As we all know, gloves gives a protection for our metacarpals, not necessarily our knuckles, because our knuckles, when they hit, this takes a lot of force, especially if you punch wrong. So the wrapping, the gloves protect mainly this, but the number one thing it protects is this, the wrist, from it going this way, this way, this way, or that way. That can slow you down for the rest of the rounds if that gets injured anytime in the beginning of a situation, even if it's street fight. So when it comes to these MMA gloves, even if you're not wearing hand wraps, which I recommend you do, I just don't like using hand wraps, but I will show you guys at a later date how to hand wrap for bare knuckle fighting, which is completely different as far as the wrapping wise, because your knuckles need to be exposed, right? But you want this to be optimized so that way you can just quickly, just at the point of impact, you make the actual fist. But if you're always like this, like some idiots are, yeah, I call you idiots. Whoever fight like this. This is stupid. Mendes, when he fought Aldo, and he poked him in the eyes twice, accidentally. If you catch, it's stupid. Try to do that with me. Call me out. If you live in California, call me to your gym. If you like to catch, let me show you why you shouldn't catch. Alright? Doesn't mean never. Actually, yeah, never. If you, I was going to give you a secret, but I'll show you it some other time. Why it would be ineffective. Now, that's a form of cheating. In a street fight, it's different. It's good because now you got that much more reach. And yeah, you can poke them in the eye because it is self-defense. What if they have a knife or they have some buddies or something? So yeah, it's okay in a street fight. If you're in the fucking UFC, or that's the only place you would use it, or BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, you're a piece of shit if you fucking fight like this. You're a fucking weakling. You're afraid. This does not show mastery because it's not a street fight. So you should be fighting properly. So this is not directly to Mendes when he fought Aldo. And I love the way you fight Mendes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I believe it's Chad, his first name, Chad Mendes. I don't remember his first name, but it's the one that fought Aldo twice. Okay. He poked his eye twice by fighting like this because he was afraid. That's the only reason you will fight like this. Hence, in the street fight, hey, I'm afraid in the street fight because I don't know if that fucker has a knife, right? So yeah, I might fight like that to be able to have that much more reach. Okay, so anyways, you want to have your hand like this. That way, in the point of impact, you can easily do this. And you keep yourself safe and you're more effective. So, enough of that. So, when you wear these MMA gloves, look how much strap they have. Okay, and that's to help you for what? For wrist protection. Nobody knows this. Look it up. They're gonna think if you go to a gym, especially if they're professional, and you say, hey, I recommend to the professional, you say, I recommend you wrap your strap up high, like this. Meaning, if you do it normal, check this out. If you follow the Velcro, all right, like you're supposed to, or supposedly, you have this padding, right? One padding, two padding. Well, look at that, right there, that crack makes it easy to go up. Well, what if you place that strap right here? It's gonna make it much more difficult. So, say that to that professional. Most will look at you crazy. They'll be like, what? If you do this, go up. Check it out. There's the line, right, of the padding. Look how much I go up. See that? The second one? You see that? There's Velcro right there. So the second one goes even a little bit higher. Bam. Now look what's covered. You don't even see the line of the padding. Now it's very difficult. It won't even go up because of this thickness here that's covering, that doesn't even allow it to go sideways. But again, if I do it normal, see, you can see the line of the padding. Look at that, how easy it is. This is not good. You punch somebody, this is it's gonna risk doing that. You're gonna pull muscles here. It's gonna get knotted up, and you'll be stuck like this, because when you go out, it will hurt, and then it will mentally get to you, so that you can't really snap back. If this goes that way, this way, or that way. So to prevent that, just go slightly up, and like I was saying, recommend that to a professional. See how they react. They're gonna think you're stupid. You're gonna think like you're an alien. I mean, like, what? What are you talking about? That goes to show you how much ego is out there. Some of you might think like, well, why are you being a hypocrite? Because it seems like your ego. No, I'm just a little frustrated today because of what they keep doing to me, censoring me. So look, right over the padding. And now it's very difficult. It won't even go up, and I'm trying hard. You can tell by this muscle that I'm trying to bring it up, and it won't go up. Okay? Again, I'll show you on this one again. That little muscle, all right? When I do it normal, without covering the padding, right? See the muscle moving? How much does it move? And I'm not even trying hard. This is easy. Okay? Now, you do it the proper way, which doesn't seem proper. See the muscle? It's moving big time. I can only move this. I can't move this at all. This is a workout as it is, because it's so tough. It won't go right and left easily at all. It won't go down at all. So this creates a spear, especially when you do this. Especially when point of impact, straight line from the shoulder to there. All right, that's that whole force going in. All right, if you don't, it's only from here to here, just about. And then this takes a lot of damage in the sense of all the load. But if you go like that, you're going, that whole thing, pounds of pressure is going in just with the jab alone. All right, so take it how you want. Here we go. And again, train as you would fight. Wear your mouthpiece. So that's there. Nothing before I get started. See that bag? Sideways is a small, medium-sized punching bag that is supposed to be up and down, but I set it up sideways. If you see, I'm gonna get closer to it right now, you'll see that the middle of the bag is basically belly button. And you might think, nah, it's a little low and this and that. Well, you'll get used to loading up properly for an uppercut. See that? How that's moving? So imagine if you just add that last torque into it. Not only that, for MMA fighters, look how low it is. perfect to give you knees, even though it's really low. The point is you're gonna get the mechanics of the knee and pushing up from that low up. Now try it after doing a few sets of that without it, and you're gonna see in sparring or in anything that your knees will be so much faster going up to the person's head, even though the head is up there, not down there. And for you soccer players, try doing that. Check this out. Imagine doing that for about even 5 minutes, relaxing, and then try it with the actual soccer ball. You're gonna see you're gonna get tired a lot less. You're gonna be more accurate. You're gonna be last longer with it, and all that. And even that, again, will get you quicker, especially with those knees, to the ribs, to the legs, and things like that. Even though it's so low, because you would never fight like this, would you? I'll highlight that. Why would you do that? Look how open you are. Even Muy Thai, they're tall, but they crunch in, right? But you would never fight like this, all tall, and then some even low. Ashita, the karate horse stance, right? Because from right there you can be very explosive. So what I'm trying to get at is you will never fight tall. You will never. Even a tall opponent will never fight tall because you're wide open. They will get low, right? train as you will fight. That was obviously all punching. Now I'm gonna go MMA. Not much of a break. Okay? Don't forget, you train as you will fight. Get used to training with this. When you fight, you won't gas out as easy. You train without this, when you fight, you're gonna have more trouble. You know why? It takes at least 22 plus muscles. That's just in the mouth, in this general area. In this general area. 22 muscles. I know it doesn't make sense. Think about this. The tongue alone has 18, I believe it is. 18 technically separate muscles. Just the tongue alone. So to do this, pucker up for a kiss, it takes at least 22 muscles. So imagine what it takes to, it's almost puckering, so we're using at least 22 muscles. By having this on, now we're clenching. That's more muscles. Not only that, huffing and puffing while this is on, you're moving your tongue to adjust it, feel comfortable, blow air out, all that. You use these muscles. When you use these muscles, you protect this because this becomes stronger, and now these stabilizing muscles help to protect from you losing your equilibrium, boom, when you get hit, because you won't get snapped that much, even though you might move yourself back from getting punched. It won't rattle as much from having strong muscles throughout. It also works out the vagus nerve muscle even more. And by breathing with this, your cardiovascular system gets amped up even more. You don't have to believe me, but please look into it. What it would take just to clench, just to chew. How many muscles? And be technical. And those are the muscles you're missing out on by not training with this on and then fighting with this on. While you're not getting used to having this on, when you're in the fight, you're gonna gas out that much more. It might be a little bit to some of you, but it makes a difference when you're in a championship fight. And I've been in championship fights. I fought 2 champions in one night and beat both, and I became champion. And that's without any actual boxing training. That was from me just street fighting. By that time, it was already 200 street fights. You don't have to believe me, but that's what it was. So I won championships without a single minute of boxing training. After that 5th fight, on the first fight I went. I never been in the ring. I just went to go see a fight, and I ended up being the main event. And I beat the dude in 2 rounds, again with no training. And this guy was way bigger than me. He's prior champion. He wasn't champion at the time. He had like 39 fights, like 2 losses I think, and 1 tie. And yet I beat him in 2 rounds. At the end of the 2nd round, I was like, all right, I'm gonna knock this dude out because I'm giving a lot of body shots. This dude's tall. I can't hit him in the head, but I kept punching him in the shoulder that he would block me with. And I said, okay, I can't hit him in the head, so I'm gonna keep blasting that shoulder as I chop the tree down, and then I'll be able to hit his head. Well, the bell rang for the 3rd round. He never came out, and I won the fight as the main event. When I just went to go see the fight, and the actual fights were sold out, so I was just trying to get a ticket. Next thing you know, I was approached by the promoter. Do you fight? They asked me, what are you doing? I'm actually trying to get an extra ticket because it's sold out. I hope I'm not in trouble. It's like, oh no, don't worry about it. Do you fight? I said, what do you mean do I fight? Because I'm a street fighter. And he's like, well, do you box? And I said, no. He's like, are you interested in fighting tonight? I said, what do you mean? He's like, to fight in the ring. And I was like, if you're serious, yeah, I've always loved boxing. But this is my first time ever coming to a boxing match. He's like, don't worry about that. Do you have a mouthpiece? Do you have shorts? Do you have tennis shoes? I said, yeah. Go get them, get back here, and you'll be fighting tonight. I was like, okay. So I came back, and I was like sizing up in the locker room. I can take that one. I don't want to fight that guy. Definitely don't want to fight that guy. He's too big and he knows what he's doing. And at the end, the thing was dwindling away, and I was like, what's going on? When am I going to fight? Dwindling away, and next thing you know, I was the main event with the guy I didn't want to fight because I was kind of afraid because this dude knew what he was doing. I didn't. I was just a street fighter. Next thing you know, I won the fight. But the point is, train as you will fight. So now, let's do a little bit of MMA, and I'm done for tonight because I'm exhausted. I already worked out several times, not today, but yesterday, because it's already 2:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But no regrets. I should still have at least 25 seconds to 30 seconds for me to even pay more attention to my corner that are instructing me of my flaws or their flaws. Meaning, did you see what I did as soon as I was done? I took a deep breath in through my nose, duh, right? But no, most people really don't do it because they're in the heat of the moment. Most people always train what they've already been training since childhood. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, even your favorite professionals, that's how they do. So, for instance, McGregor does pretty good. George St. Pierre. And I'm not saying there's other MMA artists who don't do it, but I really don't follow any of them. But I have noticed, it came through my radar, that they are truly implementing the true spirit for the warrior spirit. In boxing world, one who does it very well is Lomachenko. I don't know if he's spiritual or not. I can't tell. I never heard anything about it. But what I'm referring to is the training that him and his team do. Now, anybody can copy that training. But if you don't understand what truly is going on with the brain neurologically, meaning the neuroplasticity that he's getting from when he does the number thing, what's happening here? I'm using my left hand, which is controlled by the right brain hemisphere. When I choose to do this, I'm crossing that middle plane. Now I'm synchronizing the brain because now I step into my right side, which is processed by the left side. Believe it or not, it's backwards. In case you didn't know, we technically see upside down, but our brain processes it and flips it. Everything is reversed, guys. Everything. The all is mind, the universe is mental. As above, so below. As below, so above. If your microbiome is dirty, your processing will be slow in processing. It won't be efficient. When you detoxify the microbiome and feed it and supplement it, this becomes optimized, becomes supreme. So as above, so below, as below, so above, as inside, so outside. Perception is projection. So if you believe inside, you will manifest it outside. And like the great Miyamoto Musashi says, vision is weak, perception, meaning through the senses, is stronger. Just like he says with the stance, never look at your opponent, even though you may think I'm looking right at you, meaning at the camera, I'm seeing everything around me. I can see all the way to about here. Now that means my kinesthetic awareness is that optimized. You throw something at me, I'm not gonna look directly at what you might be throwing at me, because once I do, I look, you faint, I'm looking at your leg because I'm thinking, and then boom, it comes up here. Look at that, I'm already being messed with. So, if you just do periphery, when their shoulder raises to load up to hit, you'll see that big blur, and it's almost like slowing down time. You'll be able to process it a lot quicker. But if you stare at it, you're going to see only that, and then you're missing out the heavenly glory all around that might take you out. So vision is weak, perception is stronger. Never look at your opponent, never let your opponent see your eyes. Can you truly see my eyes? I can see everything right here. You can't see my eyes. You're supposed to bring that head down when you're ready. Tuck it into that shoulder. Flare your nostrils up. Yes, really. For one, more breath. For two, this opens up the smell sense even further. Flare your nostrils. I'm gonna wait for a few seconds because I keep getting cut off. Flare your nostrils. Have a slight grin. This way, they can't tell your intention. They can't tell if you're concerned. They can't tell if you're frustrated. They can't tell if you're fighting with anger. They can't tell if you love it. They just look at a death, at void. The true warrior has resolute acceptance of death because nothing else can overpower that one man after that. Alright, so just like Bruce Lee says, he fears not the man that has practiced 10,000 kicks one time. He fears the man that's practiced one kick 10,000 times. Because that one kick can destroy your ribs, can destroy your equilibrium. You see what I'm saying? But if it's just 10,000 kicks and you only practice it one time, you won't be good at it. So back to the Lomachenko thing. Anybody can mimic, use their training. But if you do not understand what's truly going on in the brain with that type of training, if you don't understand what's going on with the synaptic loop that you're training neurotransmitters so that your central nervous system can react quicker, it's like buying a gun and not taking self-defense or shooting range time. You can kill somebody with that gun, but if you don't know how to use it, it's almost fucking pointless. So if you're training like Lomachenko and do not understand that type of training, it will help you a little bit, but you won't be able to use it properly. So please get into that. See what it is. Back to what I was saying. Even your favorite fighters, they train what they've been training for 10 or 2 decades, 10 years, whatever. 2 decades would be 20 years, but I'm saying they train the same thing all the time. That's like steady pace cardio. Steady pace cardio kills muscle because once you've been going at it for more than 15 minutes doing the same exact repetitive thing, your brain says, we keep doing this, so let's find an efficient way to do it. Okay? So that means if you're jogging for 45 minutes, you wasted nearly 30 minutes of your lifetime. And not only that, you're killing your muscle. Because once your body gets used to it, it will adapt and you're no longer overloading it. You're no longer getting anything here or in the muscles because they get used to it. So imagine if you have that cycle, what is it called? There's a certain name for it, but it's, the high intensity training, but switching all kinds of stuff for at least 30 minutes, always going, release amount of rest. Eventually, if you're doing that for 4 weeks, your brain will find a efficient way to do it. And then it might become like steady pace cardio, but since you've been using different parts of the body, of the brain, synchronizing left and right hemispheres, guess what? Your brain, your body is going to make that as efficient as possible, and you're not going to kill your muscle, you're not going to kill your time, if you may. So look into those things. See beyond the physical, right? We still have mental, we still have spiritual, we still have emotional state of being. Not only that, after that, once you master those 4, and you master, or at least get used to the true warrior spirit, not just the ego, you will get to the metaphysical. That's where Miyamoto Musashi's work truly comes in. Okay, for instance, when he says, what is on the bottom? Whatever the way, no matter what technique, a true master of strategy never appears fast. And that's because it's efficiency in all planes of existences. So then you don't give away your spirit in the sense that you don't give away your intention. You're not projecting. You're not giving away what you're about to do to your opponent. Okay? Even professionals still give away what they're going to do. They still give away their intention. For instance, what is this? Or this? A jab might be coming. Or an overhand right, because they do it right. But if you don't see anything coming. Before you realize something's coming, because all you see is the same thing. See? Look at Lomachenko. He shoots straight, and you can't really see it. Pacquiao, he even does this. That 1-2, and you never see that too. That's why he gets so many. That's why he literally knocks people out. Because he does, well, in case you didn't know, both Lomachenko and Pacquiao, they're actually orthodox. But they fight southpaw. Okay? So with Pacquiao, that's how he does it. He doesn't do a normal 1-2. He goes. So one, he's slipping this one, It's just a probe. It's just to make you react to this. But in all reality, he's hiding that too over and right. But it's never actually curved. It's always, you really can't see it coming. See that? See how that straight line is there? You see? So train yourself to do those things. Don't just hit the fucking pads, something you've always been doing. Train to not project. This is weird. This doesn't feel good. But if you get used to fighting like this, your opponents, for one, you're always blocked. It's hard for them to get through your guard. And this is difficult to hold yourself this way. But if you train, you'll be able to hold this for a long time and not get tired. And you just move. Instead of, you might say, wide opening. Well, all I need to do is, you're shooting here, all I need to do is boom, and you hit this. I even go in a little bit into you hit that elbow. I don't have to do this. Once you do that, wide open, right? Same for this side. You don't do this to block that little tiny bit of opening right there. You don't go like that, because then this is open. So all you need to do is still the same thing, because then it goes over you. Instead of blocking, now you're wide open. This wastes energy. But if you just sit that here on that stomach, you'll never get tired. Look at that. It's there the whole time, blocking the main thing, the chin. Over here, I don't need to have this arm up, because then I have this chin, this shoulder. Alright? It looks weird, it feels weird, but then this one is out here. Now you gotta get past this. You don't see it. Now you gotta get past. You still don't see it. So you gotta get past this, past my shoulder, past this, past my leg. I can easily, it doesn't look like I'm creating or deleting the space for you to, if it's MMA, you're gonna try to take that knee out, right? So I don't put any weight and I can't go forward. But it may not look like it. Right here, just doing this, I'm already taking that distance. So imagine that, I'm gonna do the same motion. See how much more? It's only about a foot or less, but it's simple. I'm not wasting energy. Alright, simple as that. Alright, so there's many more tips I got for you guys eventually. I'm exhausted out of my brain. It is now 2:38 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm finally done with my Warrior Within training. It's Sunday morning. Today was supposed to be strategy Saturday. Tomorrow will be spiritual Sunday. So I hope I can get on, meaning because I keep getting censored, I keep getting blocked. Not sure if this is going to show up properly. Because if you see my other live feed a few days ago, I was going for a whole hour. My side was perfect. It was showing I was on. When I went to my actual YouTube, once I was done to review what I said, to see if I messed up or anything like that from what I said, and it only went for about a minute and a half, and then I was just frozen, meaning nothing else could be seen. Okay, so as you can see, my information is very unconventional, but right now I'm holding back from spreading truth, from spreading consciousness. But when I do, I get censored, I get blocked. They're trying to kill inspiration. I will not allow that. I definitely will not poison your consciousness. So this is why I keep getting censored. Alright, so one love, one light, for together our light will shine much brighter. My name is Jesus Netzaya Medina, aka Striker when it comes to the fight world. And you might be seeing me in BKFC. It's a little too late for me for boxing. Trust me, if I get picked up, I'll fight in boxing. Even though I'm pretty damn old, I don't have a box rec because weird things happen with my life because of my background. I won't say too much about it, but I will tell you this much. I was from a specialized unit in the military, and even if you find, I'm not going to tell you what unit it is, but even if you try to look for it, you won't find it because I deleted it. All right, because of the things that we did, and it's not like we did anything illegal, anything bad, but the accomplishments we did. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm giving you the truth, and I won't give you details, but I'm just saying this has been happening for over a decade in so many ways. But I found it as a blessing in disguise because I found ways to adapt to it, and now I live like a king, not just in the physical, not just in the mental, not just in the spiritual, not just in the emotional, not just in the metaphysical, but way, way beyond. Eventually, some of you might understand that if you want to train with me, beyond the physical. Because the physical, you can get that anywhere. Your grandmother can train you. As long as she just tells you to keep moving, she doesn't know what to do. But she just tells you, mijo, son, keep throwing that log around. Throw that ball a heavy ball to the wall. Do some push-ups because you'll understand push-ups. Keep running, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You will get conditioned, but you won't get the strategy. The gyms all around, even professional ones that train professionals, they really don't have true strategy. They just know what they're doing because they fought before and it works against others that are also limited. I dare to say it. Anybody, challenge me. I'll go to your gym. Doesn't matter what fucking size you are. Doesn't matter what belt you are. I may lose, but I will show you so much more when it comes because I am an unconventional fighter. One love, one light, for together our light will shine much brighter. Don't forget, you're only limited to your creativity. Pain is temporary. Pride is eternal. Fulfillment lasts forever. The fight will be worth it, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional, or metaphysical. It will be worth it. The universe within, you, Y-O-U, the universe, will reciprocate dearly. Hence, what they say, energy out is energy in. What comes around goes around. What goes around comes around. All right, perception is projection. So what you judge of others, hey, it's inside as well. It takes one to know one, so be careful how you judge. Peace.
As long as you will be with this old soul, alone with you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go on around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex all those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. Victors program their future enemies. All of sheer fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? We keep fighting each other. This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality! I'm done!
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down, put the sound and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack for you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause the sound will be slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone, but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solidarity. Solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? The pressure's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go. Don't look around, it's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you